don't think Bigetron Edith gets more value now.
No, I mean, like, you know how we're saying, like, you're overthinking it? This looks like they might be overthinking it. At least that's where...
For Team Falcons?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you're seeing Few just literally just eyes glued to the phone right now. He does not want to make a mistake at this point. He's locked in, as kids like to call it. Bigetron with the very final pick here, 16 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like you boys have called it correctly here, as they should be locking in the Edith very shortly. And that being said, LaFell, sum up the draft here. Which are you leaning into a little bit more?
So for me, honestly, looking at both, I would say in terms of synergy, Falcons definitely does have more synergy. But it's just that Bigetron, they have answers against their picks. So personally for me, you know what? If I trust Bigetron, they will betray me. So I'm going to go for Falcons for this one.
Oh,
so that
boy.
Bigetron can win, right? Marco.
You didn't see that, but he just dapped LaFell up.
Oh boy. I mean, let's see whether or not this is going to be it. This could be a conclusion. This could be an equalization. It's a 50-50 chance in the drafts. It's all about execution here. We're going to leave it to our professionals at the mic, at the desk, our casters, Mirko, and as well as Eterna.
Thank you so much, Gideon. Thank you so much, LaFell. As we're going straight into it, don't forget these players are live in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Yes,
the
Leo.
Tennis Indoor Senayan. Jakarta, Indonesia. Match point once again, as Bigetron have been able to prolong this series to a 4th game. But the remaining question is, with Falcons picking up heroes like the Faramis, like the Badang, will they be able to finally close out what should have been theirs in the first place?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see. Will it be a 2-2 equalizer, or will it be Team Falcons shutting down the dreams of the Biget Troopers and Bigetron Esports with a 3-1 victory, as we dive into the Lanadon for Game 4?
Because now it's a big question. Bigetron Esports were able to find so much success in game number 3 because of comfort. Is this comfort that we're seeing now for BTR? Light on the Kalia, Moreno on the Jushin. I guess we'll have to see. Already some aggression coming through from Team Falcons. They are going to be able to get their hands on the Lethal Wanderer, as Kyle TZ back onto the Suyo.
To answer your question, I think it's some comfort for Bigetron. Not entirely, fully a comfort comp like we did see in game number 3, but they got some, right? Annabelle still on the Hayabusa, Luke on the Edith, and also Mr. Iman on the Moskov. Emblems, nothing too crazy here, but Kaltizi again has gone for the Impure Rage on the Suyo. So knowing Bigetron are very, very sustainable, would love to just have that additional sustain with the Suyo.
Especially with Few as well, right? An additional layer of health for them, essentially. And it comes down to the old shenanigans of Hayabusa and Faramis. Is Faramis the counter towards Hayabusa, or is Hayabusa the counter to Faramis?
I think at this point, we're not really thinking about the Hayabusa Faramis, but the Faramis up against this composition, right? Because yes, maybe you can counter the Hayabusa, that matchup could still come into play, but there's just so much CC from BTR. Mainly, I'm thinking about Luke getting a comfort pick and now getting so much value on top of that comfort pick because of the Faramis pick.
That makes sense. These team fights have to be on point by Team Falcons if they engage in team fights at all. Right, technically they can still go for a pick-off kind of composition with Ogun on the the Badang. But now we are going to be centering around this turtle. Annabelle level 5, Kaltizi also level 5.
Picking up Flapteezy in the back there as Light jumps in onto Few. Annabelle going to be zoned away by Flapteezy. Still going to be an all-in, almost a pin down coming down as Kaltizi secures the neutral objective. Now BTR looking to disengage the Crimson Beacon and the Primal Wrath for Turtle to Team Falcons.
Okay, still going to be able to pick that up. Level 4 will be telling later on. Super Marco already doing some damage onto Iman. This is a winning lane for the Harith, yes?
It's a skill matchup, and I think it should actually be the Moskov that actually ends up winning, because you can always just blink out of the Synchrophissions.
Okay, but right now it looks like Super Marco's having a good time in the gold lane. Meanwhile, Annabelle going to be picking up that Lethal Wanderer back into their arsenal. It looks like things are going a little slower than it was before, right? Team Falcons have a little bit of a gold lead, but it still can shift either way.
Yeah. It's very different to game number 3, where we saw Moreno just dictate the entire pace of the game with the Selena. Now he needs to respect his opponents, because he can't just land Mid-map, ooh, like to be caught, able to flicker out. Luke, all alone, Primal Wrath won't save him here. He will deal a little bit more damage, as now it's that Nether Realm that comes in. Annabelle taken low. A Blade Surge coming down, Annabelle running away. Open, one punch over with the flicker. Shadow kill from Annabelle. Oh, it's a big mistake from Annabelle. It did not follow through, and now Team Falcons have that 1.3k gold lead.
Yeah, Shadow Kill onto the minion. Wait, that's a boom-a-la-boom.
Yeah, Tsunami Slam, Flap Teasy taking down Moreno, picking up the kill. Another one as Amon lands the SOD from downtown.
Okay, 2-for-1 trade there. Annabelle gets taken down, but Team Falcons were, punished as well, right? Flapteasy and Ogun both go down. Luckily, it was on their, essentially frontliners, so it's not as bad. As we take a look into the instant replay.
Boo, what great spacing from Ogwen too. He knew what was coming as he saw the retry. He just walked away and knew, all right, you're going to tap that thing and you're going to get that green camp.
It sucks. And Ogwen, he literally just walked out of it.
I mean, poor green camp, man. You're thinking of Annabelle. I'm thinking of green camp. He did nothing.
That's
and
true.
He got killed by Shadow Kill. That's like Chidori 9 times if you see the new skin.
It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. But again, both these teams on the next neutral objective. This time, though, Kyle Teasing has a level ahead of Annabelle. Let's see if that plays into account here.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough to walk in. Kyle, Soul Sever, and the retry. Luke pinned down. They're all going to be all hitting over to Luke. No Primal Wrath available. Team Falcons 1,800 gold lead now.
Okay. Team Falcons looking for a little bit more as well. And it's intelligent, right? Because when we were thinking about Few and his ultimate, they've been utilizing it really well. They're waiting for the resources. Wait a second, though. Moreno's not waiting.
Uh-oh, pinned down again. Annabelle unable to go for it. Moreno going to be caught in the bad spot there. Light walks in, but Flap Teasy just flickers out of it. Now, possible re-engage. Tsunami Slam coming down, but it's only onto Flap Teasy as Luke walks up with the Earth Shatter. Nether Realm coming down too. Luke, does he have the Primal Wrath? Does he want to utilize it? Seems like it's just going to be a disengage, and Super Barco will be able to take a turret down below with no trades available. Annabelle walks back up, pops into retry, and the Shadow kill Luke! 3-man Earth Shatter, instant Purify from Few as Kyle is able to escape. Now Zeman walks back up against Ogwen, pinned down one more time. Spirit of Misery, and Zeman picks another up. Super Marco coming in for the clean out. Zeman force Moreno taken down.
No way.
Another one for Marco as he looks for Eman. Few gets a shutdown. Annabelle unable to get the kill. Only just a shutdown onto Few. 4 for 2.
In 5 seconds, Super Marco went 2-0-3. Really, really good timing as he came back for the cleanup. But more so, Team Falcons are utilizing their composition so well. Annabelle right now going to be able to clear in that final minion in order for that turret to stay in place. But man, Team Falcons, these team fights have been so good. Few was utilizing the Feramis like he would use an Angela.
Definitely. It's just so ridiculous from Team Falcons. They've been able to match and really out-teamfight Bigetron almost every single time. BTR got, again, that long team fight with Eman jumping in, but they completely forgot that Marco was not present in the team fight the whole time. He was still taking turrets down below. Him getting those shutdowns and those kills in general is going to be quite massive because he's already 1,000 gold ahead of Eman now.
Because initially it was really bad for Team Falcons because they wasted all their resources. And then it was bad for Bigetron because their resources were out. That's why the entry point for Super Marco was just so clean. And Team Falcons was able to get ahead. And now they have a turtle as well, an additional one for them to kind of utilize. And 2,500 is how much economy they have over the red robots.
Okay. Light was looking for a play there. Bigetron do get a trade for that turtle, but it's only a turret up top. Moskov. Would love to see the items right now to see how far Eman is from the item Power Spike.
Is this updated?
I think so.
So Holy Crystal, right? Next.
Holy Crystal for Super Marco, and that's going to be a tremendous Power Spike. Because he has Purify. He's been able to dodge away. No, hold up. Annabelle, the bottom lane, looks for the clear. Won't be able to do so. 3 members down below. Another turret for Team Falcons.
And that's why the drafts come in from Team Falcons in the first 3 phases. And the first 3 picks, the first phase, after they saw the Kalia pick was also really good, right? Super Mark on the Hera is going to be able to use Purify efficiently, so it's not a forced Purify, and we're seeing the effects come through. We talked about the Power Spike coming in from Super Marco, but I think the same thing can be said for Eman, right? He already has a Corrosion Scythe and the Golden Staff, only one item away from the DHS.
Yeah, but usually you're supposed to hit your power spike a bit later on the Harith, in pro play at least, because you're not the type of farmer that Moskov is, right? Like Moskov has the ability to stay in the side lanes constantly and be active around the fight. So the fact that Super Marco has been able to get more turrets than Eman, plus he's been more active in the fights too, has just been crazy, honestly. He's matched up. Oh, Moreno. Looking for the pickup. Few. Gonna be brought back by the team there. Has the Purify. Will be able to escape. Super Marco now gonna be caught in the shadow kill. Annabelle just a little bit of poke. Not enough to all in. Meanwhile, turret up top taken down. It's an all in with the fist crack from Ogwen. That's Annabelle taken down. Light walks out. Tsunami Snap coming down. But another realm is right there. Iman piercing through with the help of Luke's Primal Wrap. But Calteezy comes in for the side. An all in from Team Falcons. Ends up with a 2-0 for them.
Okay, Iman's still doing damage onto Calteezy in the backline, but he's still able to get out. And there it is, the Holy Crystal built in by Super Marcos, who was already doing that much damage before the Holy Crystal built in. And now he has it in his kit. Free Lord given over for Team Falcons in the 9th minute of the game. And Bigetron, how do they play this, right? Because the resource allocation from Team Falcons has been so intelligent. They're utilizing the Netherrealm at the final moment. That kind of creates a tough situation for Iman to have to really burst through that, plus the initial HP that the team's Falcon actually has.
That goal lead is getting to a point where it's going to be just almost impossible to deal with, because again, these are some snowball heroes that Team Falcons have got for themselves. Suyo, Badang, I mean, everyone in their composition really is going to be online in the mid game.
Is that Holy Crystal for Few? Is that the next item?
Yeah, I think so. He's already building towards it right now. Could be 2 components for like Divine. Oh, hold up. Calteezy up top in the 1v1. It's Annabelle bonked and taken now by the Queller of Calteezy. Annabelle down. A Lord down below. Dealt with by Eman. He already has that Holy Trinity of attack speed items, but I don't know if Bigetron can survive without their jungler. Another turret in the mid lane taken down.
Again, right? 3 games in a row, Annabelle gets taken down in weird situations. He does it again here in the 4th game, rather. That shield bursts bottom lane, shield in the mid lane also gets taken down, and the final one also gets extinguished. So Bigetron still have their inhibitor turrets there, but it's still something that Team Falcons can utilize to their advantage now with the next Lord push.
What do they do at this point, right? It's really just... It's Team Falcons' game at this point.
Yeah.
Like, Bigetron are just waiting for a mistake to come through. Maybe they get their item power spikes again for Iman and he is able to turn the game a bit, but I think Falcons, with this kind of composition, with a snowball that they've built, this is where the Netherrealm is in a prime position, right? Like, even if BTR are somehow able to get some of these members low, the Netherrealm acts as a second HP bar, and then they can continue to fight with that gold lead, with the Divine Glaive. In the 11th minute, this is usually where the Harith gets the Holy Crystal. He gets a Divine Glaive. Marco! Oh, this is... It just went from hard to almost near impossible to come back in this game at this point, right?
He's farming out of his mind right now.
On a Harith.
On a Harith. What are we waiting for? Because technically, even in neutral objective take, sure, you can go for that 50-50 cheeky Sneal by Annabelle. But he's like, what, 3 levels below of Calteezy right now?
It's
If there's a way to take Annabelle, to take Calteezy out, rather. How?
At this point, it's all about Eman free hitting. Like, that's the only angle I see. If they can somehow create space for Eman to free hit, then sure, win condition, one of the win conditions is there, but I don't see how they can do that. They're all so under-leveled. Annabelle, it's not just under-leveled, he doesn't have gold. Free Lord for the side of Team Falcons. Nothing Bigetron could do there. Forced error again. So much control, so much tempo by the Falcons.
But this time around, they didn't go for a hero play like they did. Remember when the Irithel jumped in from the back line? So maybe there is some fighting chance, fighting power. Technically, Eman also has a Rose Gold Meteor built up as well to kind of stave off that magic damage as well coming in through from Super Marco. But clear is not going to be as great as well for Bigetron, right? Because Moreno's on the Jushin.
It's on the Moskov. It's the same thing here as well. Clear is going to be on the Moskov. You can see Iman already dealing with wave up top there. Splatteezy gets popped in, open, goes up to the crack, but it's only onto Luke. Shadow kill, as that's going to be like popping a Tsunami Slam. NetherRealm already dealt with as Luke pops into Primal Wrath. As Super Marco dashing in again, Luke forced to flicker out as the Lord continues the charge. Falcons gets that Blade Surge down. Moreno's looking for the play. Won't be able to find it. Lord in the bottom lane, marching into the base. That's Kyle over to Annabelle, who's going to be taken down. Light walks up, flickers out back to safety. Base is open. The Cannon is dealt with. Again, Iman sliced. Blinking out. Wave up top. Another one. Concentrated energy for Marco.
Okay, there's still a wave marching down in the top lane. They're gonna get that turret as well. Annabelle is down for 20 seconds. Can the rest of the Bigetron members defend this?
They're looking to clear the way. So far, Blade Surge! Luke able to flicker out the safety. Fist crack there. Super Marco on the base. The minions are all crashing down. Even with the Primal Wrath, it is all over for Bigetron Esports as Team Falcons fly past this stage to the semifinals.
And that's GG well played for Team Falcons. PH taking a clean victory over Bigetron Alpha. Oh my goodness, what